Hello everyone, welcome here to another beautiful episode of WWD. And it gives me joy every single day to know that at least this video is gonna help somebody at their point of need. Welcome, how have you been? I hope everything is going on well for you. And like I usually tell you, regardless of what's going on, everything shall work out at their appointed time. Yeah. So if you want to look beautiful like I do, I know we are in the lockdown, but come on, just have to go nowhere. Every morning wake up, just look nice for your house, get back in the house, you get it? Because that way you won't even notice the 42 days, yeah? But keep a distance, sanitize, and of course, above all, pray to God because we believe He's the only one that can save us from this pandemic, yeah? Now, today I just want to encourage a Christian who's watching this that regardless of you're Christian or not, you are going to face trials, temptations, and tribulations. Life is going to mock you, situations are going to mock you, people are going to mock you, but you need to stand still and know that He's good. You need to fight for that crown and make sure that you get it. Yeah? Let's look at Jesus, our Lord and Savior. The Bible says, if you probably want to take a reading with me, it's in Mark 15:16, and the Bible says, the soldiers mock Jesus. They did mock him, and he's the Son of God. Yeah? What happens? The soldiers led Jesus away into the place that is Praetorium and called together the whole community of soldiers. They put a purple robe on him, then twisted a crown of thorns and set it on him. They began to call him, Hail, King of the Jews! And again they struck him on the head with a staff and spit on him. Disgusting. Falling on their knees, they paid homage to him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple robe and put on his own clothes on him. They led him to a place where he would be crucified. Yeah. Let's look at the keywords crucifixion. Let's look at mockery. And like I said, everyone goes through trying time, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah. Jesus, the Bible tells us that Jesus, the Son of God, was mocked. Yeah. But he had a future glory that was going to come after this mockery. They told him, Yo, if you're Son of God, save yourself off the cross. If you're Son of God, twist it out, do something. Don't go through this because you're Son of God. They even spat on him, thinking, oh, they had overcome. Yeah, they did all the things, but in all this, Jesus was quiet. But it wasn't because he wasn't feeling the pain, or he wasn't feeling, the prejudice that he was going through. It wasn't because he didn't have answers to give them. No, but he knew there was a future glory that what he was waiting upon for. The Bible says at one point it was too much on him, and he says, Father, why have you deserted me? Why have you left me alone? He even said, if it's possible, reduce, because it's killing me. Yeah. But at the end, I think Jesus realized that no, I'm not going to let these small trials, mock me to divert me off my road to salvation, to save us, because the Bible says in Galatians 3:13 that because of this, yeah, he was beaten, he was spat on, he was just graced because he wanted to save you and I. Yeah, he was mocked in all these things because he wanted to redeem you from the curse of the law, like he did at the end of the day. And that don't mean he didn't get the crown. He did get the crown, and that's why every knee bows to him, every tongue confesses that he is Lord because of this mockery that he went through. Yeah. So today we have a lot of Christians who are being mocked. Oh, if you're Christian, why isn't your business moving? If you're Christian, why did you give birth to a son with autism? If you're Christian, why do you have COVID-19 in your system? I mean, Kali Bobo Sabanyu, yeah? They even say, if you're prophetess, why didn't you see this? If you're a prophet, why didn't you see this? Okay, if you call yourselves pastors, why are you also in ICU? Why in ICU rather? Why are people dying? And some, this has caused a lot of, setbacks in regards to born again. Yeah. The Bible says Paul was confident in who he served. He was mocked. He was taken to prisons. He was put in jails. I was reading through a guy called Bowie. Yeah, I read through Woodworth. Yeah, Woodworth Etta. They arrested her. They mocked her. They abused her. But that didn't mean that they left what they were supposed to do. No. Do you know why? Because they knew who they were. They had confidence in the God they served. That regardless of how people mock them, because when we look at, Woodworth Etta, she served, or her ministry was in a time where women were not supposed even to speak in public. But because she knew who she was, yeah, she didn't give up. She said, I was confident I was not going to be killed. I was confident that whoever mocked me at the end of the day would be put to shame. And that is what happened. So today they ask us a lot of questions that sometimes we don't even have answers to. What have you helped the economy? Yeah, if you think you're hardworking, why is your business shutting down? And Bambi, sometimes Bambi together. You find a Christian going back with no answers, bowing her head down and saying, God, Dada Julie, God, are you really there? Why am I going through this? God, it's right. They're true, brother. Yeah, why am I stuck in one place for a very long time? In all these things, what does the Bible want us to know? That there's a future glory ahead of us. Jesus had two people on the cross with him, yeah, besides him. And all of them were going to be crucified. But none of the two is talked about in the Bible as getting the glory that Jesus had. The more they mock you, or the more the mockery, the more the challenges and tribulations, the more the trials and temptations, the more your glory. Today none compares to Jesus, but he went through a lot that probably none of us could ever go through. Yeah, it didn't stop him from, believing and trusting in the Father above. He knew that at one point God would uphold him, and which happened. In all things, count it all joy. COVID or not COVID, count it all joy. Regardless of what people are going to say to you, why are you stunted? Why are you stagnant? Why aren't you moving forward? Why is this happening in your life? If you woke up in the night to pray, why is this happening for you? Why don't you have children? Why do you only have girls? Why don't you get a job? You're Christian, you stay in church crying out to God, quite often. Yeah? Usually people ask questions, it's only going to cause you to be a Debbie Downer because you don't know what to do. Yeah? But in all these things, what am I trying to tell you? Don't pay attention. Don't incline your ears to those words. Kindly. Don't pay attention to the nitty-gritties, to the naysayers, because at the end of the day, that is the role of the devil. He came through to the wilderness to mock Jesus. Oh, if you're son of God, jump. If you're son of God, why are you hungry? Why don't you just order these trees to give you food? Oh, turn the stone into bread. That's all mockery. If you pray to God, if you pray to God, why don't you have money in your pockets? If you pray to God, like people are going to come through and ask you those questions. If you pray to God, oh, okay, last year you were here. Because for them, they don't see behind the scenes that God is still working. That even when I don't see it, he's still in the running to making miracles for me. He won't work at your time, but in his appointed time, the time that he has set on your calendar, that is when he's going to come through. Yeah, he comes through at the point of need, but not the exact time that you have set apart for yourself. He's God and he knows why. He says, when you go through all this, count it all joy. Maybe you're going through the mockery because he wants to stand you firm he wants to hold you firm with a grip like he did on Jesus. That today every knee bows to him because of the glory. Generations worship God, Jesus. Generations now want to come will still worship Jesus because you know what? Because of what he went through. Yeah? So I don't know what you're going through. You could be mocked ngabagamba go church yonga tena chiyokoze. Ngatusabide bantu kuona COVID. You pastors, what have you done? You're also suffering of COVID-19 and you're telling us what? Well, let nothing pull you off, yeah? Let no one throw you off the cliff. Because at the end of the day, there's that glory that you have to fight for. Fight for that crown like Jesus did fight for that crown. That he didn't pay attention to the mockery. The soldiers mocked him. They spat on him. They hit him. But he knew what he was vying for. He knew at the end of the day what he wanted. And that was the salvation of you and I. Yeah, he went through all that because he wanted to give you the salvation that you have. So go through it to redeem your family. Go through it to redeem your business. Go through it to redeem your future. Go through it knowing that whose you are will never leave you alone. I love that song that says, "You're too faithful to fail me. You're too faithful to disappoint me. Oh, you've proven yourself in my life, and I'm here to testify. You're too faithful to fail me." And David said, "I was young and I'm old, and I've never seen the righteous beg for bread." David went through a lot of wars. He was surrounded by enemies. The person who was supposed to bless him, who was supposed to anoint him, was the person seeking after him to kill him. Yeah? But he knew at the end of the day that he was confident. He says, "I am confident then I will see the goodness and the mercies of the Lord in the land of the living. And God didn't disappoint David. The Bible says he calls him a man after my own heart, the greatest king that ever lived. Yeah. So I want to encourage you that regardless of the mockery, it could be financial mockery, it could be physical, it could be spiritual, it could be marital, whatever mockery you're going through, stand still and know that you have won, that there's no need to run, for the battle is not yours. The battle is the Lord's. Yeah? The battle is the Lord's. While you're battling COVID, it is the Lord's. While you're battling financial incapacitation, it is the Lord's. While you're having a family ancestry, things going on, the battle doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the Lord. Don't incline your ears to mockery. Focus on that crown, Focus on it. Athletes, while running, they don't focus on what's in the sides. No, they focus on the journey. They're looking at that end position